to know enough. Too old to play the part, too cool for showing up. Too dumb to say what's smart, so I'm a substitute waiting for the game to start. But I ain't trying to get played like change your heart. And may I park and find me another ride. I'm letting Florence tell you how I feel inside.
So, 2008, I just bought a new bike. It was a mountain bike, and I thought, I'm gonna start biking. I don't know why. I just got into it a little bit, and I actually rode it to a friend's house, and it was kind of late at night when I started heading home. And for those of you who don't know, I grew up in a small town called Bay, which is only like 1,800 people. And it was like probably 1 o'clock at night. And I remember riding home on my bike, and I had a backpack on, I'm pretty sure. And I just got this new bike, probably a couple weeks. It's still, tires are still fresh. And in order to get to my house, I have to go past from where I was driving from or riding from. I had to go past the fire station. Well, at the fire station, there was a little parking lot, and sitting in the parking lot was a police officer and another vehicle, and they were chatting. And for some reason, still to this day, I don't know why I did it. It's so dumb. I decided if he backs out, I'm gone. I'm taking off. Now, granted, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. If he stops me, at most, he's going to say, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" "Oh, hey, Seth, how's it going?" All right, well, I'll talk to you later. That would be the end of it. But for some reason, I thought, I'm going to be Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. I'm going to be, I don't know why. So, in order to get home, I have to cross the fire station on my left. I see that he's backing up, and I think, if he flips on his lights, I'm going full, and I'm getting home. I'm probably a block away from home. I'm a quarter of a mile, half a mile away from home. And I have to go over some railroad tracks. And he starts backing up. And as I'm dipping down the railroad tracks, I could still see in my peripheral, because I kind of glance back, he flips on his lights. I started switching gears on the bike. I think it's 18 speed, 21 speed. I don't know what it is. And I'm gone. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm on a bike. At the most, he's going to say, "Hey, man, just, whatever." But no, I decide I'm running. I'm running from the police for zero reason whatsoever. And so I dip down the railroad tracks, and I know if I can cut through this backyard that I could probably get away, or probably he doesn't see me by the time he crosses over the railroad tracks. That did not happen. I make it down the railroad tracks. I see him coming as I've already crossed over, and I'm about to make the turn to go behind this yard. He sees me go behind the yard, and I think, well, he's never going to know. He's never going to, the game's over at this point. Oh no. I go behind the yard. I cut through the yard, and I think, well, he's going to go around, and I'm going to figure out a way to get out of this. Turns out he decides he's going to go through yards as well, because he has decided at this moment, this is probably a drug dealer. This is probably a guy who's just committed a major crime, and he's running from me. Little did he know I had just gotten a new bike, and I'm a pretty decent, upstanding citizen, and I've decided to run for literally no reason whatsoever. Okay. I cut through the backyard. He starts cutting through the backyard. At this point, I'm on the street that is my street to get to my house. I still see him bumping through this backyard. And at this point, my legs are pedaling so fast. Usain Bolt would have a hard time catching up to me. I mean, we're kicking it into gear. I'm halfway down the street to where he finally gets out onto my street, and I hear, he's flying at this point, and my legs are feeling like they're about to fall off. I'm pedaling so fast. I don't even think the chain is about to fly off. I make it. I'm like, here is my grandparents' house, and here's my house. Okay, I'm here. I pull up to my grandparents' house. I can see it. I know if I can just make it to my grandparents' house, I might can cut through the backyard. He pulls up right beside me. I never looked. I saw him out of the peripheral vision. And he goes, "Hey, what's going on? Where are you going?" And I just, zoop, like literally, it was like a shot out of a movie, like scene out of a movie. Like I am in Mission Impossible at this point for no reason whatsoever. I go behind my grandparents' house, and then he circles around the block, and I go into the pool house, which is like a little, sort of like an open house type setup, just like a big living space where my dog, my family's dog stayed. I go in to the pool house. I put the bike. I think I tossed the bike in the pool. Like there's a pool house, and then behind it's the pool. I think I like threw the bike in the pool so it would sink or something. I don't remember. Or I put it in the pool house. I can't. It doesn't matter. I go in the pool house and like I'm still like literally out of breath. I'm sweating. I'm thinking I'm about to get arrested if he finds me. And I see him circle the block, and I think at any moment he's gonna like come to my parents' house, start knocking on doors, start knocking on my grandparents' door because they live side by side. And no, what he decides to do instead of knocking on doors is call other officers, including a state trooper. They park alongside my family's house. And I guess because they didn't want to alarm my parents or my family, they didn't knock on doors. They proceeded for the next hour to go through with a flashlight, go through my grandparents' garden, go through all behind my family's house. And I am in the pool house through the blinds looking at them. Moral of the story, never run from the police, especially if you don't have a reason to. But I got away. I got away. And couldn't ride my bike for the rest of the summer. So that kind of sucked because they're going to know it's me. You know, I just gotten this new bike. They're going to know it's me. So yeah, that part kind of stung, but I can actually say, you know, I ran from the police and I got away on a bicycle. I wonder how many people can actually say that, you know, and that it's actually true. And that it didn't happen in just a movie, Tom Cruise movie. So yeah, if I could do it all over again, would I make the same decision? I probably would. Probably would. Okay, well that's it. If you didn't like this video, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll like the next one.